highest training standards as a Gold Class shop. Make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose the Gold Class trained repair professionals at Jim's Collision on East Federal Highway in Roscommon and online at choosejims.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's EZ from the Insane Asylum on Q100 Michigan. Scare up your most original Halloween costume for Odawa Casino's Halloween Bash. Saturday, October 25th, I'll be judging the costume contest and giving away hundreds in cash prizes. There's music, dancing, drink specials, and more than you can shake a scapula at. Get to Victory Sports and Entertainment for Odawa's Halloween Bash, Saturday, October 25th. Doors open at 8 from Up North Sports Radio.
Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins live in studio. And Rich, here we are on the cusp of the Michigan State game, and I can't remember a backyard brawl with this little attention on it.
Yeah, it really has been. It's so unusual, because it's
very.
It's just between whether the writings in the online newspapers or the paper newspapers, the talk about it. This, by far and above, is the least amount of attention that this game has gotten in many, many years.
Yeah, why do you? I guess there's a number of reasons. I mean, both teams are a little disappointing.
Sure.
But, I just smell trouble at Michigan State.
Yeah. You got that feeling?
No, is it a feeling? I mean, how much positivity is coming out of the Michigan State football program? A lot of rumblings about, Smith going to be, this is coaching for his job. Like,
right.
If Michigan State doesn't play a great game, it looks like he's going to get fired.
I know. The day and age of coaches getting 3 years to rebuild the program and stuff are long gone.
Well,
the NIL, the transfer portal, the things like that, they want instant gratification nowadays.
Yep.
And it doesn't appear like Smith is going to be able to get. He may not make it the full 2 years.
Well, you don't have to have the best personality. I mean, does he even have one?
Right.
Look at. I know a ton of people that are down on Sharon Moore.
Sure.
Like
Yes.
I was downstate last weekend, and my son Nick is a huge Michigan fan, and he's like, I wish we would lose this game so we could fire Sharon after this game.
Wow.
I know.
But you're right. It's not only on one side.
No.
You're hearing the rumblings on the Michigan side as well.
I mean, I don't know how much pressure is on Moore. There's it's weird. There's so much money poured into the Michigan football team.
Yes.
It's incredible.
And with money comes certain expectations. And with that comes, baby, you are on each game means so much.
And I don't want to get into racial politics and everything else. More the first African American coach at the school. You have an African American athletic director.
Yes.
That are both really tied into a national championship just 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
I mean, Moore got the job. It was unavoidable after winning those games that Harbaugh was suspended for.
Right.
But, he doesn't have a personality anywhere near Jim Harbaugh.
Right. Yeah, I mean, people would buy season tickets purely because of Jim Harbaugh.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they spent through all this money to begin with. Going back to, we've been doing this show for a long time.
We have.
And I remember sitting here with you and Keith, and they're like, no, you guys are like, no way is Harbaugh leaving the Niners. And I said, you guys are crazy.
Yep, I
Harbaugh
never thought he would.
Definitely coming here because they could pay him whatever they want because the 10,000 seats that aren't being filled at U of M is costing them millions and millions and millions of dollars. And Harbaugh came in and donations went up and they sold out the stadium. They redid the stadium. I mean, a lot has happened since we've been doing this radio program.
No question.
And Moore just does not seem to be that kind of guy.
No, he doesn't. I mean, so far, he seems to be doing a pretty decent job in the recruiting aspect of things. He's been able, I mean, that was a major coup for them to get Bryce Underwood, just around the corner from them. And so that was a great win for them, taking him from LSU. And so that was great. But again, it needs to continue, and and the guys need to want to transfer to Michigan and supplement that. The offense needs to pick up for Michigan.
Well, maybe Moore doesn't need to have the personality. Maybe the purse strings are good enough, but he's going to have to win. Mm-hmm. Now, Michigan looked pretty good against Washington.
They did.
That was the best that they've looked so far this year.
No
against
doubt.
a pretty good team, against a running quarterback that has barbecued U of M traditionally for 40 years.
Right. No, I thought they played an overall game, both offensively, defensively, corralling the little guy there, running all over the place. Yep. They did a nice job.
They didn't blitz. They kind of contained him. They got some sacks on him, which was really surprising. The secondary, I mean, that's the best the defense has looked this year.
Yes.
Which I don't know how much that has. When you after the game, you heard that Martindale is really kind of locked in on his personnel and how to run this defense.
Oh, Wink Martindale.
Well,
he's
ask Ohio State about Wink Martindale.
I just love the name Wink Martindale. Yeah, you think it sounds like a game show host.
Well, that's exactly where he got the name.
Oh, it is.
From.
Okay, that's all right.
Wink Martindale was a very famous TV show host, and I guess a long time ago. As a joke,
right?
Some of his buddies started calling him Wink, and it just kind of stuck with him. He doesn't look anything like Wink Martindale, the game show.
No, he does not. He looks like a defensive coach for sure. Now,
so you have an instance here that for decades, since maybe even before D'Antonio, but at least for D'Antonio, this is a spot where, as a Michigan fan, you would be nervous as hell.
For sure. Because Michigan State would get this was their Ohio State game for sure. You know what I mean? Because they would get it for, and that's some of the stuff that I'm hearing from Michigan State alum is that they're not even sure that Smith knows about this rivalry enough. It doesn't, and the players that are currently there, do they know about it? They go to him not recruiting the state of Michigan very well, doing things like he says the rivalry just doesn't seem to any fire for it from the state sidelines.
Well, are you going to see that on Saturday? I would venture to say yes.
You're going to get their best effort, I would think.
If they don't, he's out of here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Sparty shows up and plays like they have. And they played pretty good in the first half against Indiana, and
they played them a lot tougher than I thought they would.
Well, but they kicked a field goal to screw me at the end of the game. That meant nothing other than to screw up the point spread. But so much of what we just started this conversation with, Rich, has to do with Curt Cignetti.
Yeah, sure.
And what's going on, all of a sudden, this guy who I kind of knew about because he was so amazing on game day with James Madison.
Right.
Old Dominion. Mm-hmm. Turning that program around. In Indiana, give them credit. They took a huge flyer on a guy that has completely transformed not only Indiana University, but the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the number 2 team in the country.
And we're not talking basketball. We're talking
we're talking about football.
And
I would say Lee Corso is rolling over in his grave, but Lee's not dead.
He's not.
But so you take a look at this and what happened at Penn State. Like an elevator ride, up and down all at the same time.
Yeah.
So
always high expectations at Penn State and never able to meet those expectations.
Well, you got to give James Franklin a little bit of credit. Penn State was in huge problems. Franklin is as good a recruiter as there is in football. Mm-hmm. He's the one that originally turned Vanderbilt around.
Yes.
Vanderbilt was nothing.
Nothing.
And
a good academic school.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
a good baseball program.
Yeah, exactly. And they had 2 8-win seasons down there with Franklin, and he gets the job at Penn State, and they rise up the ranks, but he's just not evidently the stories coming out of Happy Valley this year is that there was so much pressure that Franklin was putting on the players. Like,
is that
okay,
right?
We got to win.
Right.
It was all focused on the negativity. You can't do this. We can't lose this
so
game.
they played tight and
you played
look what
not
happened.
to lose.
Yes, exactly. And that never works out well.
And, can you think of an instance in college football where they were the number 2 team in the country, and he's fired in 3 weeks.
It's just crazy. Yeah, and it was. Eventually Allard got hurt and stuff, but they were losing before.
He never lived up to the hype.
People were talking about him being a first-round pick going. I've said,
There's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
I know, and I'm like, what are you people seeing that I'm not seeing?
I didn't see it.
I never saw that from him.
Never saw that. Yeah.
And I'm like, he was a big guy, but had a good arm. But other than that, I wouldn't see any consistency. I just didn't see anything from him.
Didn't react well in pressure situations. Kind of like the same mindset of his actual head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much so.
So you've got that look at Penn State. Look at how far Michigan State has fallen since Mel Tucker beats U of M his first year.
Right.
They all fall all over themselves.
Sure.
They give him a 5-year or 7-year, $95 million contract.
Look how much this game means when you surprisingly beat a Michigan team and you're like, whoa. You're gonna get
on one of the worst plays I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, that was just.
But it's a meme. That look on that kid's face.
Oh yeah. Oh, exactly.
But here we are at another crossroads for a Michigan State coach taking on a superior U of M team. Luckily for them, it's at State.
Mm-hmm.
The last Sparty is 5-5 at home in the last 10 times they've played Michigan at home.
Okay.
So
it's a night game.
It's a night game.
Long time for lubrication.
A week prior to Halloween.
Yes.
So anything can happen.
Oh, it can.
And I hope that we see a fired up Michigan State team.
Yeah. It would be nice to see a great, hard-hitting, tough rivalry game.
Yeah, the people
and it all
talk
on the
about for a
field.
while, yeah.
Nothing crazy goes on in the stands or in the tunnels or none of that stuff.
Clock that doesn't start.
Yeah, nothing. Just it was determined on the field.
Yeah, well, we're going to have a great party about this, folks. We invite each and every listener on Up North Sports Radio to join us at Shorts in Bel Air on Saturday. We'll be there at 5:30 in advance of the kickoff. The food and, of course, the legendary beers at Shorts are available. Anybody that comes up and says, hey to me, I'll give them a card where your first draft will be $1.
Wow.
Shorts beer for $1. When do you get that opportunity? And then one of the other cool things is there's live music. If you've been to the brew pub there, it's a pretty big building.
Oh, it is, yeah.
So there's live music in the one area. In the middle area, they're going to show this Doghouse movie that Fear Michigan made at 9 o'clock that stars Joe Short as a mad scientist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we'll be there watching the game. So you've got like 3 parties for the price of none because we're not charging you anything to come out and do it. And we're also going to be registering people to get, we've got a pair of Michigan basketball tickets.
Nice.
That in January that you can go see this Michigan play Penn State. And we're registering to win a couple of overnight stays and ski packages from Shanty Creek.
In this Michigan basketball team, getting some preseason love. So.
Well, they had a fantastic recruiting class. I was, just think what this team might look like if Danny Wolf hadn't left.
Oh, gee. No,
we can.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the NBA.
Right.
I don't even really know where to go with that portion of the program. So we'll just. I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah.
But so we'd love to have a big crowd. I know we're going to have a big crowd. Come part of the festivities. Wear your green and white or your maize and blue. I'm sure you'll find plenty of your brethren, whatever your rooting preferences is for the game. But I honestly think deep in my heart that this is going to be a fantastic football game. I really do. I think Aiden Childs is dangerous.
He's very dangerous.
The biggest problem with Michigan State seems to be, well, the defense is not great.
Right.
They haven't really had a very good defense since D'Antonio left. And, and John Smith is supposedly an offensive guy. He brought Childs with him.
He did.
But Michigan State is 124 out of 134 teams in third down conversion.
No, that's not going to. You're not going to go win a lot of ball games with that.
That's
stat.
what Michigan looked like against USC 2 weeks ago.
Right.
They could not get off the field.
Yeah. No, exactly. Made that. Yeah. That defense did not play up to their
like
brand,
I said,
their
so
history.
we'll see.
Yeah.
This is both of these teams are in flux, and so you hope that the emotion of the game means a lot. But you're right, Rich. Going back to the fact that I don't think there's nearly as many kids from Michigan on the field on either side of the whether you're from U of M or Michigan State.
Right. Yeah.
And that's unusual for Michigan State.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. They've traditionally recruited the state of Michigan very well.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of years they've gotten the number one crew from the state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, so it's really disappointing. And so, you need to have those inroads when you get hired as a coach. Who are you going to have cover certain areas as your assistant coaches?
Yeah.
And that's important. You needed a guy that really is connected to the state of Michigan and their best players, and they don't appear to have that right now.
No, that's very well said. So, anyways, the game is on the radio here. 6:30 pregame, 7:30 kick. If you can't get in front of a TV or you can't join us, it's Shorts at Bel Air. But of course, when it comes down to it, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs and earballs on this football game.
No question.
All right, we've got some messages from our very fine partners, including Miller Lending. Unfortunately, Gordon couldn't make it with us today. Kind of miss him.
Yeah,
He brings
like Gordo. He does. Yeah, different perspective. I like Gordo.
I really would wish he was here because he was at the game last week, and I wanted his impressions of what he saw. But like we said, I mean, what popped out is the defensive performance.
Yes. Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
TVC's tip of the day. It's time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC is the perfect flight for you. This fall, fly nonstop to Boston with JetBlue and experience the vibrant colors of autumn in the Northeast. Or choose from top carriers like American, Delta, and United. Plus, enjoy ultra-low fares on Allegiant. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at TVCAirport.com. Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. A place to breathe in the lapping waves of Torch Lake and explore the tree-lined trails of northern Michigan. A place to connect with nature and each other, one-on-one, in the waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. When you're looking to escape the everyday, breathe in the magic of northern Michigan at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Get ready to party at the Alley at Crave in downtown Gaylord. Here's a quaint, casual place that's perfect for holiday parties, business meetings, wedding events, school functions, family get-togethers, or just a meeting of your favorite friends. Serve up amazing Neapolitan pizza, pasta dishes, your favorite beverages, and you have all the makings of a fun time. Check out the Alley at Crave. Get more at cravegaylord.com. Crave, or Up North flavor.
Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com.
All right, it's time for Destination NFL with Kevin Klein from Cherry Capital Airport. Kev, no destination this week, but we've got a very interesting travel schedule. How are those L.A. fares holding?
Oh, they're awesome right now. On the December 14th game right now, $289.
Yeah,
$289. That's just unbelievable. That fair. So book now. Book now is the best thing I can tell you on that LA trip.
What a great time to go to LA. You know, the beginning of December. Get out of here for a few days. Head to LA. You can get tickets at SoFi pretty easily. It's a huge stadium. And I can guarantee you there's going to be more than their fair share of folks in the Honolulu blue and silver at that game.
We might even outrank them. My brother's out that way, and hey, we're already talking on that one. So,
I got friends from Arizona going to that game.
So that's awesome. But hey, in closer, Washington against the Commanders on the 9th, $259.
Wow.
Philadelphia on the 16th, $402. That LA game against $289. Minnesota, $361. But here it is, January 4th. Book it today because it'll be gone tomorrow, I'm sure. January 4th in Chicago, $184.
Oh, my God. So is that a couple days prior, Kev? You're looking at like a Friday flight out?
Yeah, it's usually a couple days prior. It's either Friday or Saturday morning,
Okay.
and then you got the day after the game to come back. So this is usually how we look at that. So
right.
So awesome numbers to get to our Lions, and you know it's. I compare it and I look at the Red Wings schedule on top of that, and the Lions are hitting it right in the airfare. Red Wings do pretty well also when you go into the advanced trip, but yeah, they're a little more pricier because you're not on that weekend. So
right.
You don't have that weekend holdover. But I'm just telling you, airfares are rocking right now, and it's time to book.
Well, and it is time to book. I want to go back really quickly. Now, that Philadelphia fare, $402, is not bad, but 2 weeks ago it was $285.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I mean, we say it all the time. The farther out you can book, the better you're going to be, and that also includes, just to give you guys the plug, not that you need it, Allegiant fares into Florida in December. You got rates as low as what, $45?
Yeah, I actually had $34. I saw it yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
$34. That's going to cost you that much to park at Cherry Capital Airport.
It's awesome. Those quick jaunts down to Florida, keep that sun and fun, that vitamin D going. Plan multiple trips going through this winter. You can take long weekends, everything. And I think that's awesome. You get that opportunity, even last minute. If you were to book and go this Monday and do a round trip, you'd be there from Monday to Friday, going down to Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
$232 round trip. That's everything.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's incredible. Hey,
yeah.
No. That's book those Christmas trips and even spring break. You probably get some pretty good rates on over that Easter week right now.
Oh yeah, you got to book now because those fares are going quickly.
Yeah, those will go quickly. Speaking of quickly, Kev, the new parking lot. That looks like you guys are gonna be ready for cars there next week.
It's coming along great. Team Elmer's awesome. They're just making that happen. But yeah, we're telling everybody it'll be ready first of the year. But the paving's all done.
Yep, I saw that.
They've been doing landscape work and hydro seeding the grass and getting that all in. And then
the berms for the light poles are already built. It's it's come along really quickly.
It's going to be ready to go. Last thing to do is put stripes on the ground, and we're just waiting for a dry day to have that happen. So things are progressing perfectly. So we'll have that, especially for that most important spring break, first quarter of the year. But last year, or I shouldn't say last year, in 2025, last February, we started selling out our parking lot. So we'll be ready for that. We'll have 360 new spaces all ready to go. We call it the economy lot, so it'll be a little cheaper than long term.
And then will there be shuttle?
There'll be shuttle, take you right in,
and
then bring you right back to your car. So when you return, so it'll be an awesome experience, and it provides that relief valve that we were looking for from earlier this year.
Yeah, I know things got a little sketchy. Last February and March, you had no parking spots left. So it's kudos to how many more people are using Cherry Capital Airport, and you guys having the foresight to build up another 325 spots.
It's all about community, my friend. It's all about community, and when the community demands it, the airlines provide it, and the airport makes sure we have the capacity for you to park. So all about community. We love our community. We love your listeners.
Okay, and we'll see you at the game tonight. A big Patriot game. I know you're going to be rooting on TC West. It's no no secret.
I have to root on West. My son plays.
That's right.
A little plug for West. What a big game it is for Traverse City Central, Traverse City West tonight. Very exciting. Playoff implications everywhere around. Outstanding programs, outstanding students. I'm just so proud to be part of it. And
no rain. And no rain tonight.
and no rain.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great. And, it's truly Friday night football. Lots of fun.
And Kev, inside joke, no Donald Trump tonight. So
yeah.
You can get
Last year, I had to watch the Patriot game from the Ops Center because, yes, Donald Trump did arrive in Traverse City a little late. So had to watch it via
Up North Sports Radio's Facebook page. It was, we had a lot of views. Yeah.
So wonderful, and it's been great. And, hey, your Facebook page, that Facebook Live, I watched it multiple times this year because I was traveling overseas in Europe, and I still watched every game. I didn't miss a beat, and I'm going to tell you, one of the best broadcasts that's out there for high school sports.
Well, Rich is listening. You should see he's got this smirk on his face.
Well, thank you, Kevin. That's very sweet of you to say that, bud.
Well, I'll say it was awesome because I think I was making more critical calls from watching from afar on how,
Right.
Hey, when you can be Monday morning quarterback watching the video as it happens.
Exactly.
And you'll be able to do that tonight at the game. So you can still be in the stands and have it on your phone, listen to JJ and Rich call the game, and watch what's going on if you don't believe your own eyes.
The best part about it is you can even go back quickly and review that last play if you don't believe it. So I've done that a couple of times.
There you go. Kevin Klein with Destination NFL and various other topics here today on Up North Sports Radio. Kev, I'll see you tonight.
See you tonight.
All right.
Go West.
All right.
All right.
Go Titans.
All right. Our buddy Kevin Klein, who...
he's the best. I mean, he's the guy, he says community, but he lives that, too. That's not just words. He really does react. Look how fast they reacted for the need for more parking.
Yep.
It was like, look, we need more parking here. Boom. It's there, and they're creating it, and it's going to be ready.
It's like chicken and an egg. What comes first?
Yeah.
More and more flights coming in. Now they're adding a second terminal.
Yeah.
So they can add more carriers and more flights. It's just a testament to how well the airport is run, how great the experience is.
For sure.
And we are so happy with our partnership there to be able to broadcast. I'll be broadcasting from TVC Airport, our studios, this afternoon, so I can make it to the game. And, yeah, it's going to be a good deal. We'll talk more about the game with James Cook here on the High School Sportscape show. But... yeah, I'm so glad that it might be a little chilly.
It might be, well, that's fine. We'll take chilly.
We'll take
the chilliness, yeah.
Well, you don't
doubt.
get chilly. You're up
I
there
know. No.
The cozy confines of the...
of Thurlby Field. They take good care of us up there.
Yeah, they do. Keeping Destination NFL on, what can you say about the Lions and the performance that they put on Monday night?
I
thought they might win the game. I didn't think they would be that dominant on defense.
Defense, I know it.
Yeah.
Those guys, I mean, literally, I know the original no-name defense was what, the Miami Dolphins during the time. But I literally, these Lions, I'm like, who's that guy that just made that play? I didn't know half those guys.
Funny thing was, like, in the post game with Scott Van Pelt, Ryan Clark, and everything else, Ryan Clark's like, I was on my phone literally, like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't remember him ever playing college football.
And that's coming from a former DB. Yeah, exactly. That was just so shocking, that performance that the defensive backs played. Not having either starting safety or our top two defensive backs. And kudos to the Lions, the D coordinator, everybody, just the way they played. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about the fact that Calvin Shepard designed a lot of different coverages that had Baker Mayfield completely confused. And you're talking about some of the better wideouts in football.
No question. And it's just, sometimes he'd play zone and he'd go man-to-man and then this, and they would look like one thing. And so, when you can confuse an NFL quarterback with, like 8 years experience, I mean, that you're doing something right.
Having his best year.
Having his best year, was one of the leading candidates to be player of the year. I mean, so it's just, a phenomenal job by Calvin Shepard in that rest of that defensive crew.
Welcome back, Aline McNeil.
For sure. Did you see him push the center back into Baker Mayfield's lap a couple times?
Oh, yeah.
He was a beast out there. Absolute beast. So, no, that was a welcome sight, and you saw what he means to that defense. Quarterbacks hate pressure right up the middle. They hate it.
Well, he's an escape artist.
He is, absolutely.
But didn't get out of the pocket. Did he have a scramble?
I don't remember a single one. Again, I'd have to obviously go back and watch the whole thing, but I don't recall a single time where he got outside.
And who's the wheat guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I did. That was the first time I've ever heard of that guy getting a sack. I'm like, wheat. I assumed it was he was talking about another player on the Tampa Bay team. I'm like, wheat, because they mentioned Wheat a couple times, and I thought, well, maybe he's a new offensive lineman for them. No, he plays for the Lions. I'm like, I don't know that guy.
I mean, Muhammad had another sack.
Yep.
If the defense can play like this the rest of the season, I know it's a big if.
Yes.
Considering the schedule, potential health risks, all the other stuff that goes on.
Right.
But if that defense shows up,
gosh,
we're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, exactly. If they play like they did there's no question.
Branch is coming back. He should be healthy as all get out.
Right, because of having the bye week now.
And the Vikings do not look so good.
No.
That was a bad
performance by the Vikings.
Yeah.
It sure was.
That was shocking.
It was.
I mean, you could see what a difference Joe Alt makes.
Oh, my gosh. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, there's a running back. Who's that
guy?
That?
He's there. He's like their third or fourth string running back.
I thought it was Vito Kildor.
Yeah, right. The Lions' former DB.
Yeah, who's starting somewhere else now. That he came off the playgrounds. Yeah, I don't know how much one play can make a difference, but that interception that they in the first quarter.
The way that DB had his arm wrapped around the ball, and initially they call it a good reception for Tampa.
Well, it was funny. So Cheryl was watching that with me. It came on at dinner time, right?
Right.
We ate dinner late last night, and she never watches football.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, she's clued in. She goes, "Oh, that's an interception." And as soon as I saw it, the first time in slow motion, I go, "They're gonna reverse that."
Yeah, I did too. I thought the same thing.
And she's like, "What are you talking about?"
I said, "Well, because they called it a completion from the offense.
Yeah.
That's why." And usually, you need really great evidence to overturn a call.
But the more and more I think about it, I don't think they should have such deep dives. The same thing happened to the Vikings last week with that catch by who's the tight end that played for the Lions?
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson. That was a touchdown It got reversed after like 15 minutes. 20.
Right.
If you can't make up your mind,
Right.
I think the NFL needs to change it.
Right.
If it's clear and obvious,
Yep.
we make the call.
Yep.
If not, the call on the field should stand.
Right. Yeah. You shouldn't spend, large amounts of time.
Like in
wait.
1/4 of a second.
Yes.
Hawkinson, the ball kind of touched like his hands came off of it after he'd already rolled back on top of it, and the ball was not on the ground. I mean, it's BS.
I know it.
Same thing with that play. That's BS.
Right. I know. No, these camera angles are getting so, right in there. I mean, they can just find every little
this
thing.
This is not NASA.
No, it's not.
Or NORAD.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I love how, they sometimes they call down and say, that's not a first down.
Yeah,
okay,
replay assist is beautiful.
Replay assist is beautiful, and that's all it should be.
Exactly.
Replay assist.
You missed this call. This is what. Okay,
boom.
The game keeps going.
We don't need. I don't even care if it's on scoring plays.
Right.
We don't need a 20-minute examination.
No, that's what kills me about college football. They run over and they grab the thing. No, you have a command center. They've already looked at it. They tell the head referee, and then he makes the announcement. Move on. Don't run over to the sideline. No, that just takes too much time.
You're watching a porn movie. It's just so crazy. And the other part, really quickly, we're going to head to break. The other part that's really annoying about that is they don't go to break. They keep running the same thing over and over.
You're there
again.
the whole time.
Go ahead and run some commercials.
Right.
Instead of breaking up the next.
You know it's going to take a 30 at least, because it's going to be at least 30. If it's more, go to 60. Yeah. Go to 2 minutes, too. Because then they're going to make up those ads later on anyway. Yeah. So you're sitting there. College football is dragging on.
College football.
3.5, 4 hours. You're killing
longer
me.
than NFL games.
Yes.
I mean, Notre Dame games are for sure.
Yes, they are.
That would we can dissect into that a little bit more. There's a lot of great college football coming on this weekend. Red Wings were looking great. Now a really bad performance last night.
It was, sure.
And Detroit Pistons basketball is back at it, and you can gamble on it in the NBA. And we're going to give you a primer about it here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. Ogemaw County has great destinations like Clear Lake, Rose City, and West Branch. But if you plan on heading into town, pay attention. The city limits of West Branch and Rose City are closed to ORV operation, so look for special ORV parking and staging areas like the one near West Branch Business Loop, so you're staying on designated ORV routes for access. When riding on your county roads, the ORV speed limit in Ogemaw County is only 20 miles an hour. It is bow hunting season still, and while there's no restrictions, be aware of extra traffic and hunters, especially in early mornings and evenings. Be respectful and mindful of hunters and your fellow rider. Ride right, and remember, don't leave your trash, leave a good impression. Visit UpNorthSportsRadio.com to learn more about exploring Ogemaw County in your ORV.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it. Mowing the yard will no longer be a chore with a Toro Time Cutter, built to tackle big jobs while fitting in small spaces with zero-turn maneuverability. Getting on and off the mower is a breeze with a step-through front end. Comfort comes standard with a seat that provides the ultimate in padding and back support. The Toro Time Cutter is available in a variety of deck sizes and special features. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Otsego County Sportsplex is your best place for recreation and fitness in northern Michigan. With the beautiful swimming pool, incredible hockey rink, and many classes like karate, yoga, and spinning, Otsego County Sportsplex has activities for all. Reserve the pickleball court or just come by and walk the track. For classes and lessons, space is limited, so call 989-731-3546 today. That's 989-731-3546 or visit ocsportsplex.com.
Hello, I'm Chef Rob Sargent. I'm excited to invite you to the reimagined Sage at Odawa Casino. We've created a gathering place that embodies the welcoming spirit of Petoskey, offering dishes that are both familiar and full of flavor. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion or just enjoying a night out, we look forward to serving you. Reserve your spot today at odawacasino.com.
You met at graduation. You went to college together, moved cross-country, and took countless vacations together. The time has taken its toll. Maybe you're not willing to part ways yet. Thanks to Roscommon Auto Recyclers, you won't have to. They have a large inventory of original manufacturer recycled parts. And if they don't have what you're looking for, their sales team can find it for you. Here's to many more years of adventures on the road from Roscommon Auto Recyclers. They do it all. RoscommonAutoRecyclers.com.
Holy cow, how much Medicare information is there? Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Didn't I learn this in elementary school? What are all these options? This is Kevin Jansen with Jansen Insurance. Medicare open enrollment is upon us, and if you have questions, Jansen Insurance has answers. Call us at 989-348-6711. Send us an appointment request through our website, or you can just walk into our office the old-fashioned way at 2195 South I-75 Business Loop in Grayling. We look forward to the opportunity to help you make sense of it all.
Watch the TC West Titans streaming live at upnorthsportsradio.com.
Brought to you in part by Jimmy John's in Traverse City, the sandwich of sandwiches.
TC West Titans on upnorthsportsradio.com.
Welcome back to Northern Focus, or Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins. Rich, I have Lindsay couldn't join us today on Hang Time, and they're announcing a Merry Little Christmas party happening on Saturday, December 13th. You can eat, dance, mingle as we open up the Grand Ballroom in the Lakeview Hotel for the Merry Little Christmas party. Ring in the holidays with great food and live entertainment as community spreads the holiday cheer at Shanty Creek. Dinner includes the prime rib buffet. Woo! There you go. Complete with appetizers and dancing, live music. The music performed by RPM. It's only $60 per person.
That's a good deal.
You can damn well guarantee Rich is getting his $60 worth at that buffet.
Take the over on that.
Yeah. And they encourage small businesses to use this as their Christmas party. So call 231-533-3083 to reserve your spot for the Merry Little Christmas party at Shanty Creek. Or go to shantycreek.com for more information. I don't know why I put my headphones on there.
Just so used to it. Conditioned response.
My hair, it looks so atrocious on this camera. Rich always Natalie adjoining some kind of hat.
It's absolutely have to wear the hat.
Yeah.
I am not blessed with the hair of JC here.
Yeah, I know it is flowing. So let's do the football sheet here. I don't know why I'm taking Miami in this football game. That might be a mistake. But you know what? Because they're playing Atlanta, and what the hell's going on in Atlanta?
They look like they could make the Super Bowl at times, and there's other times it looks like they're a 3-win team.
I mean, Shanahan is coach of the year.
Yes,
I mean, how are the Niners 5-2?
I don't get it.
He and Dan Campbell must know how to juice. I thought for sure they would play. Losing Fred Warner. Right. That's like losing Lawrence Taylor.
Yes. Yeah, everything that he did for that, he was that defense.
Yeah. And they bottled up what looked like, maybe Michael Penix is not really the right guy.
Right.
If they don't win this game, against Miami. Penix has got you got to bring in Kirk Cousins.
I mean, it's a free fall in Miami. Like, you're right. This team is so vulnerable right now. You need to win that game. That's a must-win situation.
Well, it's
for
in Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta has got to put, they should put it all over this football team. I might have to change that pick. The Ravens are giving 6.5 to the Bears. Now, I'm still not sold on the Bears. Have they beaten a good football team?
Nope.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams still a little erratic. So he looks good, and then there's times he makes a throw. You're like, what?
Swift
is running.
Swift is. Ben Johnson is figuring out how to open those holes, and when you can run the football like the Lions can, or how the Bears have run it the last 2 weeks. That just changes everything.
And they're doing it primarily with the one back, with DeAndre Swift.
And that was the surprise in that Atlanta Niners game, is they bottled up Bijan Robinson, who's been a world beater.
Yeah, because the game before, he ran all over the place. Yeah.
How much do you think, Rich, did Jahmyr Gibbs see what Bijan Robinson is doing? It's like, guys, I'm right over here.
Exactly.
I'm running past you again.
Right. I mean, that display of speed when, what's his name, the former Ohio State cornerback, Whitfield,
Anton Winfield Jr.
Winfield, yeah. He had the angle on him, and Gibbs
he didn't. You would be
wrong.
He
thought he did, and he just ran right by him. It just was unbelievable. I mean, that's over 22 miles an hour on
20. Yeah, I thought he got like over 23 miles an hour at one point in time. There,
incredible.
I love that how that popped up on the.
Oh yes, exactly. Yeah. When you got to bring up a speedometer up on the field because he's flying.
There's a lot of interesting games on the schedule. Like, the Buffalo Bills are on the road at Carolina. Carolina is like they've won all their home games, and they've got absolutely murdered on the road.
Yes.
And the Bills come in looking a little vulnerable.
Sure.
I think the Bills are going to win by 150 points.
Is this a big wake-up call for them? And they
coming off the bye.
And watch out. Yeah, Carolina better be ready.
I mean, look at it was all set up for the Bills with their schedule. They don't cross a time zone this year.
Wow.
They had one of the easiest schedules in football. They're playing a team that Carolina is questionable at best. So I believe a can of whoop ass is coming here. And then the Bengals coming off that win.
Crazy. Yeah.
The Steelers, Joe Flacco.
Coming from Cleveland.
Joe Namath.
He stayed in the state, though. He went from Cleveland to Cincinnati, the north portion of Ohio to the southern portion.
Looked like Joe Namath, with better knees.
Jamar Chase and
well, it's easy to throw the football there, but man, he hit those guys.
Oh,
can that happen again?
How can that be? He'd been there less than a week, and he looked like he had been there for 3 years.
Yeah, they're playing a Jets team. My God.
Oh.
Aaron Glenn. I mean, has a football coach ever resigned in midseason? It's one thing to get fired, but like Aaron Glenn goes,
"Hey guys,
Mr. Johnson,
I'm sorry.
I this is not working out for me.
I made a huge mistake.
Calvin, move over, buddy. No defensive coordinators.
Right? Yeah."
I mean, what is going on in New York? Like Robert Saleh, that's one of the main reasons why the Niners defense is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Saleh is a defensive coordinator genius.
He is a defense. And, and before, I was hoping he'd be the Lions head coach before Dan Campbell was hired. I thought Saleh would be great.
Well, I thought that, the Lions should have jumped all over him for D coordinator, but he went back to San Francisco.
Yes.
I mean, now Calvin Shepard looks like maybe we got the real deal there.
Right.
So we'll wait and see that. But I got to give Robert Saleh his due. He is a defensive guy.
Did you see he had a little dust-up with another coach?
Yeah.
And he said, "You don't want any part of this smoke coming your way, dude, really?" It was a head coach or something. It was Cohen, yes, from Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Dude, you don't want any part of this." That was great.
McAfee, they were talking about Vrabel and Dan Campbell. Who wins?
Who wins that? Oh, battle royal for sure.
And they're like, I don't want to tussle with Vrabel, but I don't think Vrabel wants to tussle with Campbell.
Right.
People were talking about the size of Campbell's
neck. That's Mike Greenberg was talking. They showed the post-game interview with Campbell, and his veins were popping out in his neck. It was huge. And Greeny,
he's a neck bigger than your thigh.
Oh yes, no question. And he's just like Greenberg comes back and he says, "I don't know what the deal is." He goes, "His neck intimidates me."
Yeah. I mean, he's yoked.
Oh, he is.
He's in there just hitting it.
Yes.
I don't know why I still think that the Jets are going to win a football game. Am I wrong? They changed quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, he can't be any worse than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is finished.
In that first game, I really thought they had potential.
Yeah.
I'm the offense looked good. They scored points. Justin Fields played really well. I'm like, wow, that's what he needed was a different voice and a competent coach. And that's been all downhill from there.
Downhill ever since. The Texans are favored over the Niners. I don't know if people, maybe a lot of people talk about the first game when your starting quarterback goes down, the backup comes in and everybody plays well.
Right.
Is that what's going to happen with the Niners? And can the other half of that is, McCaffrey had a fantastic game against the Falcons.
He sure did.
The Houston Texans have a pretty good defense. So, if McCaffrey can't run for 100 yards, I don't think the Niners have a shot in hell.
Yeah, it's in Houston.
It's in Houston. Houston's coming off a bad loss in that Seattle game.
They need a win in the worst way.
The New England Patriots are a more of a touchdown favorite over the Browns.
How about that?
I don't know. I kind of like Cleveland getting a touchdown here. Dylan Gabriel has been playing pretty decent football.
Yeah,
they're better. They're better without Flacco.
Right.
They were probably smart to trade Flacco. They should have. Given how Flacco played in the last week, they should have got a bigger draft pick.
Yes, that's for sure.
The Eagles and the Giants.
The Eagles and the Giants.
I mean, the Giants pissed away that game in unbelievable fashion.
that was a horrible loss.
Yeah.
To play so well and to give up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Was that a worse loss or the one that the Cardinals gave away 2 weeks before that? I mean, this is supposed to be professional football.
Some of that was not. That's for sure.
And the Eagles, I think they were lucky to beat the Vikings. Wentz throws a pick six.
Right.
Or, the Vikings probably win that football game.
The Eagles, there's a little, of course, the locker room. What's it? A.J. Brown is.
What is going on with Saquon Barkley?
Barkley can't run.
They cannot open holes
for him. No, I know. Yeah, and it's not on him. He's not getting anything to run through.
No,
he's averaging 52 yards a game right now.
The Bucs are playing the Saints. Did you happen to see the quick press conference that Baker Mayfield had about the New Orleans Saints?
No, I did not.
I don't like them.
Is that what he said? Oh, I don't like them.
I think they're dirty. They're in our division. I got nothing else to say.
That's what you never have to worry about Baker Mayfield withholding any information. He tells you exactly how he feels.
I don't like him.
I don't like him. Okay.
Denver is at home versus the Cowboys. The splits on the Cowboys home and away have been surprising. The funny thing is like the last 2 years, the Cowboys were way better on the road than at home. This year, they've been dynamite at home.
At home, yeah, that was so weird. Yeah, they were getting blown out at home last year. I mean, just blowing out.
Well, part of that is the fact that, Dak Prescott is, I don't know what they shot him with.
He's playing great.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Yes.
He looks like he did when they first put him in that position after Romo got hurt.
Right. When he came.
Look at
Who's
him.
his fourth-round draft pick from Mississippi?
Well, I actually followed him. He had a great senior year at Mississippi State.
Yep.
But I think the Denver at home, you're going to see some problems with the Cowboys.
Yeah, they can't stop anybody defensively.
The Colts are giving 2 touchdowns to the Titans.
Is it enough? I'm not
Probably
sure.
not.
Jonathan Taylor's going to run wild.
Who's coaching the Titans now?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know his name, but he won't be around long. Probably the most interesting game of the week, Packers, Steelers.
That Sunday night game.
Yeah,
yes.
Is this the game where the Steelers defense shows up? Because that has been just amazingly bad.
Yeah, each week I expect it to show up, and there's nothing. This would be a great time for it to show up.
Well, they've got the best defensive player in football going on the other side, and
This is in Pittsburgh, right?
I was
Okay.
going to say, it's too bad it's not in Green Bay.
I know.
Yeah. But, and Aaron Rodgers I don't have any animosity versus anybody.
Right. He said, I'm going to retire as a Packer. He came out and said that. I'm just like, wow.
He's hoping that they don't.
Right. He's almost trying to
game.
buy some favors.
And then the Chiefs are this is a bad game.
It's a really bad game now with
Marcus Mariota. Is it a Marcus Mariota revenge game? Didn't he play quarterback for the Chiefs?
Did he?
He may.
He played.
Well, I don't think he may have actually.
He played for the Titans for a while. He played for.
I don't know if he actually was a backup quarterback at the Chiefs, but the Chiefs looking like the Chiefs.
Looking pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
There's your NFL schedule. We didn't give any picks because I think we're going to eschew making any gambling recommendations. My recommendation is don't cheat.
Don't cheat. Cheating is bad.
Cheating bad. Honesty good. Cheating bad.
There you go. Words of wisdom from Up North Sports Radio.
Back after these from Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Chauncey Billups, get a flight.
Yeah.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination, a place to breathe in the lapping waves of Torch Lake and explore the tree-lined trails of northern Michigan. A place to connect with nature and each other, one-on-one, in the waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. When you're looking to escape the everyday, breathe in the magic of northern Michigan at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com. Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com. TVC's tip of the day. It's time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC is the perfect flight for you. This fall, fly nonstop to Boston with JetBlue and experience the vibrant colors of autumn in the Northeast. Or choose from top carriers like American, Delta, and United. Plus enjoy ultra-low fares on Allegiant. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com.
The puck drops here for Red Wings hockey on Up North Sports Radio. Brought to you in part by Johnson's Propane. Fast, dependable, affordable. Johnson'sPropane.com. Johnson'sPropane.com. Red Wings hockey is on Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins. We were talking a little bit about the gambling, Rich, and I don't really know if we have anything more to add.
Right.
I was telling, when the story came out yesterday, Tanya's totally into sports.
Yes.
And she was talking to me about this. And I said, one thing about gambling, and this has happened in the past, for the last couple of years, you read about a bust of these poker games, because it's illegal to gamble unless you have a license to gamble. Like if you're a casino,
right?
I mean, if we did a football pool, technically,
right.
The Super Bowl pool, that
is exactly.
They can arrest you.
They just know there's so many people that do it. It'd be ridiculous.
It's like handing out speeding tickets at the Indianapolis 500,
right?
So nobody is arresting anybody for a Super Bowl pool, but they could.
They could. Yes.
Okay. It's kind of like They got Capone on tax evasion. They didn't have him for murdering 100 people or whatever.
Right.
They put him away for tax evasion. So if they want to get you, they could get you.
Sure.
And and especially in African American sports culture, poker games can get pretty serious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the name of the movie was about this gal who put on in New York City, used to run all these big highline poker games, and she got arrested, and a whole lot of people went down.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't do that.
Right.
Okay? So Chauncey's in this really weird cycle that he wasn't hosting these parties. He was kind of like the celebrity. You see this all the time at Legal. What's his name? Not Megatron, but who's the other? Herman Moore hosts parties at Soaring Eagle. Watch parties.
Right.
Okay,
right.
that's legal.
It is,
They're
exactly.
They're
in the, yes.
And
under that license there, yes.
And people like to meet jocks.
Sure,
I mean,
they do.
You know, it works.
They like talking stories.
Yeah.
You know,
that's one of the great things about being a professional athlete is you can keep you make a lot of money after your career is over if you know what you're doing. And,
that's exactly right.
But number one, Chauncey's career wasn't over. He's a head coach of the Portland Trailblazers that just signed a 4-year extension at what, like $11.5 million a year?
Wow. I know. It just is.
And it's going to be very interesting to hear how much he defends. I didn't know this guy was with the mob, and I didn't know this.
I think part of his problem was he told like what the injuries were, not only for his team but the opposing team.
Well, that's not. No. You're getting him confused with Brown.
With Jones, Damon Jones.
Damon Jones.
Okay.
So far, nothing has come out about Chauncey doing anything about his teams or anything else.
I don't think
strictly being involved in these poker games.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Damon Jones
is the leaker of the injury reports.
$500. And that is the number that I heard today. Is that he got $500?
Wow.
You know, for telling a couple of bookies, LeBron's not playing.
So-and-so's not playing. Yeah. And then you get the early jump on that before it comes out.
Yeah.
So then they do their betting accordingly. So that's why it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
I think what's going to happen here, now they already did it in college. You can't make player prop bets on college players anymore. They've kind of
they've eliminated that.
They've eliminated that
because there's just wrought with potential fraud there.
And I think that you're going to end up seeing that at least in the NBA.
Okay.
Now, I think it's a little different in pro football.
Okay.
But that would make the most sense to me. Okay, we're not doing player props anymore. We can go ahead and bet on the game. You can't bet on players. You know, remember way back in The Natural when Robert Redford's talking to Darren McGavin, you know, who's the big bookie, and he goes, I didn't know you could bet on individual players.
Right.
Oh, I bet on balls and strikes, which happened. That's why those Cleveland Indian guys got suspended, is because you can bet on the first pitch of any inning, whether it's going to be a ball or a strike. And there's evidence that Class A.
That's why he wasn't around the last part of the season in the playoffs.
Just saying.
Wow.
So player props,
right?
You know, like, and I'd love to bet. You know, like, what are the odds tonight that Shohei hits a home run?
Yeah, pretty
That'd
good.
That'd be fun,
probably.
right?
Yeah.
I used to bet home run props.
Oh, is that
when I had money before I lost it all in my phone. Vote Quimby. But very quickly before we get to James Cook, there are some very cool college football. There was some lots of havoc last week in college football. 3 top 10 teams lost.
Isn't that wild how it just runs in sight? Like all of a sudden it's like on that particular Saturday.
Yeah.
It's just they all go down.
And you're like, any
what?
given Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. It's just wild.
On top of the Michigan State game, which really doesn't have any poll implications. Michigan's back to being number 25, and obviously, if they win, they'll probably go up a couple of points in the polls, depending on what happens. But Alabama now kind of looking like Alabama again.
Yes, yeah. LSU kind of fighting for their lives right now. They've got a huge game.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, Brian Kelly's got a.
Ever since that thing that took place at Notre Dame with that Declan kid that fell out of Brian Kelly, I was out in my books as far as
I don't
not
like
a fan.
him. Yeah.
Not a fan.
No.
And the way he berates his quarterbacks coming off the field, how he used to do it a lot when he was at Notre Dame and Cincinnati. It was just like, dude, relax.
Dude,
I
relax.
mean, come on.
How bad is Belichick going to lose? Virginia coming to town. They're number 18.
Oh.
I mean, Miami lost. That was a hell of a game.
That was.
I thought Miami was the number one team in the country.
I did too.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would lose that.
Yeah. But Louisville always jumps up and beats somebody every year. The Texas A&M LSU game is huge. Texas A&M right now they're the number one team in the SEC.
Right.
The only undefeated team left in the SEC. What was it? The Ole Miss Georgia game was fantastic.
Yeah, I see that Auburn game. The head referee from that game got suspended the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, not the rest of his crew, but the head referee. So he's gone.
Well, he overturned that call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't good at all.
There could be gambling implications there. That's what I think. The most at-risk people are the
referees, yes.
I mean, Tim Donaghy started it all.
He sure did.
A few years ago. And, man, there's just so many calls.
You can affect the game because there's a call every play you could do if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's holding.
Yeah.
You know, and you derail a series, and then the game is over.
The integrity of referees is huge. Yeah. You really need to have dudes that are the real deal there, that would not sell their soul to the devil there, for
it's
sure.
Hard. Money is the root of all evil.
It is.
You know, I could be bought. Just go ahead. Call me up. My phone number is 989. Whatever you need, I'm going to do it for you if the money is right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is crazy, though, for sure. And, you know, all these teams are going to put in new parameters and these leagues, and, you know, they're scared to death that it happens in their own league. So you're going to see new precautions, and Shaq last night on NBA tonight said that, you know, look, we're all told at the beginning of the year, just like how the NFL, you get sheets of information on what you can and cannot do. So everybody knows.
Hold on. It's time for the Sarah Ford in Kalkaska and Gaylord High School Sportscape show. Brought to us by, it's brought to us by Sarah Ford in Kalkaska and Sarah Ford in Grayling. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins on the telephone with James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. James, did you happen to check how many wins and losses you had in last week's Pick'em?
No.
Okay. I'm wondering if we want to add this segment in where you reveal to us your picks, which have already been there, and then you and I pick against each other for, you know, like a Jimmy John sandwich or something.
Hey, that'd be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But since you don't know, are you throwing darts at a dartboard?
No, I just don't go back and look and see what the record was.
Well, I love it.
It doesn't. I mean, I guess what my record is doesn't really matter. It's just how many people get entered in the drawing for the prize.
Okay,
so that's about the only thing that what my record is.
I swear to God that I will do a little bit more homework on this, and we'll do something next week. All I know is when I looked 2 weeks ago, I think you got 2 games right. I mean, it was that wacky year. It was a wacky week in the NFL, anyways. And but I just looked at all of your logos there, and I'm like, oh, James did not do good.
Yeah, I'm not positive on this too, but I think they also start kind of advertising kind of the week after beforehand. So I think it's like they're almost running the wrong weeks.
Well, we're running advertising as you as an acknowledged football expert, and I don't know if we're going to get into trouble for blatant lying. The truth in advertising laws may be getting stretched.
Yeah, you're okay in my book, James.
I'm not running them into the ground. When I lost all that money out of my FanDuel account a couple years ago, like I used to be one of the great college basketball bettors that I know. I mean, I just routinely won a lot of money. And then that tournament 2 years ago sank my entire account. I started off the tournament with $700, and I lost every penny in the NCAA tournament 2 years ago.
There was no rhyme or reason.
You were playing poker with Chauncey Billups?
Yeah.
Well, I don't wear contact lenses
that can see the cards through the cards.
Yeah, that was. I know this when you teach people how to play poker and all your cards are up, it's much easier to bet.
That makes it a little bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. All right, James, what do you think? Patriot game 2025.
Should I ask him? Are you going to that game tonight, James?
Oh, that's tonight.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
I've got a volleyball tournament in Newaygo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there tonight. So, I mean, as always, I think it should be a good game. These two teams seem pretty evenly matched. Central's got an offense that can bust off big plays at any time, but I think West has got that great defense led by Drew Esper.
Yeah,
that I think can be up to the task.
That's the concern for me too, James, is that Central their offense is certainly further along. Again, Central's offense is further along than West's offense. They've put 250 spots on a team, a 47 spot this year, and West just hasn't consistently played offense, even though they played really well last week and ran the ball really well.
That's exactly what's got to happen.
Absolutely.
If they don't run the football, I hate to sound, like a broken record, but if West can't run the football, I don't think they can win the game.
No, they're going to have to absolutely run the ball, and they need to stop the potent Russian attack of Central.
Well, the best way to stop it is to keep it off the field.
Yep. Yeah. Keep them off the field. But one nice thing, James, it appears, at least right now, is that both of these teams are going to make the playoffs, win or lose tonight.
That it kind of looks like that, and it also looks like that maybe kind of win or lose, unless some other things happen that haven't been kind of predicted yet, like somebody else sneaks into the field,
yes,
kind of a northern team or something like that, which isn't very likely in Division II, because there aren't very many.
Right.
That it's a pretty decent chance that Central and West turn around and play each other again in the week.
Exactly. Yes, that's a long road trip for both those teams. So yeah. No, and it's ironic, if the districts and the regions all pan out like they're thinking there might be, Muskegon's going to play Muskegon-Mona Shores. So the two Muskegon teams would meet each other, and the two Traverse City teams would meet again, if everything all shakes out again.
Yeah, if Snooze to You is right, which he's generally been pretty good.
He is.
Throughout the years, his skill with getting that right has been pretty darn good.
It is. Yeah, the guy really does a phenomenal job. Sure does.
Yeah.
So another.
I'm just surprised that they did other teams lose last week. I thought West was in really precarious position here.
Well,
to make the playoffs, and obviously they won last week when they had to.
The teams that they've lost to have only lost a combined 2 games, I think, all year.
All of West's opponents?
Howell's lost, I think, 1 game. Grand Blanc is undefeated. Midland Dow's only lost 1 game. Mount Pleasant hasn't lost a game.
Okay.
So that they've played such a good schedule, this is one of those teams that's going to benefit from it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, that's definitely and that's the way the playoff is supposed to be set up.
Meant to be now. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, to help those teams that have a good schedule.
Yep.
And reward them for that. And Traverse City West definitely had one of the tougher schedules in Division II.
They did.
No doubt. That's true. That's a good point.
Aside from maybe the Bay City schools, they didn't play a team that wasn't very good.
Exactly. Yeah, JC, even your brother Rice looks like they're going to sneak in too.
That's crazy.
At a 4 seed, possibly. So
they have 3 losses or 4 losses?
Right. They have 4. They're 5-4. They're predicted to be 5-4.
Yeah,
they're 4-4
right
now.
Yep. Well, they beat De La Salle.
Yeah.
Which was a shock.
They Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Yeah.
They beat them last week. That was a huge
That
win.
was a huge win, yeah. So.
Yeah, for sure. Also, James, but again, we'll see you there tonight. We've got to be there early, so we will definitely keep the chicken nuggets warm for you, buddy.
They will all be gone because they're getting there at 4 o'clock. And I don't know when the wings roll in. Probably about 5:15.
5:30-ish, probably. Yeah.
Rich will have his elbow pads on.
Yes. A great matchup, I think, is that undefeated Charlevoix team. By the way, they had a great game against Boyne City last week. What was it, a 15-13 game or 15-14? Something
13 to 12.
13 to 12, 1-point ball game. And so
good. And they won it on field goals.
Is that right?
Well, they had to.
Wow,
you can't get to 12 any other way.
Boyne had 12.
Well, you could.
Two touchdowns, no extra
and
points.
missed the extra points. Yeah, that's true.
But Charlevoix, got a touchdown and maybe extra point, and then had 2 field goals during the game.
Okay. That's crazy.
20 and 30-some yard field goal by Peter Janchulish, their kicker.
Hey, high school, you kick 30-yard field goals. That's pretty good.
Yeah, one of them I think was like 35 or 37. The one kind of earlier in the game, and then the one at the very end or near the end was kind of a chip shot from 21, 25, something like that. But hey, if you have somebody in high school football that can regularly kick extra points and field goals.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see a lot of high school coaches putting a lot of faith in their field goals.
Yes. Yeah.
That kid from Gaylord a couple years ago kicked a lot of field goals.
Yes.
But,
he was Automatica Grammatica.
Yeah.
That big lineman. He was a good kicker. He was one of the better ones around here for a while.
Yes. Well, they had a kid that went to Princeton on a football scholarship as a kicker.
But Charlevoix, they travel down to Kingsley. Kingsley at 6-2. They're obviously a very good team as well.
Yeah, they're another one of those teams that has played a very tough schedule. They've got the 2 losses, but they're still looking at being a number 1 seed in the playoffs in their district because they've played a very good schedule. Those 2 losses are to 2 pretty good teams.
Yeah, Gaylord and undefeated Gaylord in a division above them, and yes.
Yeah, and Traverse City St. Francis.
Yes.
By 1 point. So Kingsley's had a very good season. Charlevoix, as we mentioned, has had a very good season. So Charlevoix kind of seems like they're locked into the 2 seed. I don't know that if a couple of miracle things happen, maybe they could sneak up to 1, but that's kind of unlikely. So they're kind of locked in, but they're also looking to cap off an undefeated season, which is something that they haven't done for quite a while too. So this is a big game for them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, stepping up in competition, like I said, a division up for Charlevoix. So yeah, that's going to be a great matchup.
Who's Gaylord got?
The Gaylord Blue. Let me see.
St. Marie.
Yes.
Okay. That should be
undefeated versus defeated.
Defeated. Yeah. Sault Ste. Marie having a really tough year this year. Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a bummer for them. It's a mid-Michigan versus a northern Michigan team. Clare travels to Petoskey, 6-2 Clare. In the playoffs, it's looking like for sure, and Petoskey still battling at 4-4.
Yeah, they're a team that's hoping, I think, to get in. Sneak in there in Division. I think what are they? 3?
3. Yes, I believe 3.
Yeah, and I think right now they're kind of on the outside looking in, and kind of need some help to get in, and they need to win this week for sure against Clare. And like you said, Clare is a pretty good opponent too.
They are.
So if they were to win that game against Clare, then they're looking at maybe sneaking in and getting in that district with Gaylord, Marquette, Mount Pleasant.
Yes,
even Bay City Western is in that district.
They are. They're the 4 seed right now. It appears Bay City Western, and so
Gaylord, Mount Pleasant,
Mount Pleasant, Bay City, Gaylord, and Marquette.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Are all in that Division 3. I know it.
Yeah, somebody's going to get screwed.
But Bay City,
coming out of that,
Bay City Western's playing Bay City Central, who's only won a couple of games. Yeah. And so, like you said, James, that if Petoskey were able to beat a good Clare team, they might get more points and take that 4
It'd be
seed.
interesting to see Gaylord play Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if that game happens, it'll be in Mount Pleasant because
Mount Pleasant
got a
is
pretty
clearly
good
the
lead
number
on them.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a pretty good lead on them in playoff points. So I would say pretty insurmountable at this point.
It is, yeah. They're 12 points over.
Just want to take a minute to thank the folks at Sarah Kalkaska and Sarah Ford in Gaylord for sponsoring this high school sportscape show. They want you to know that the service department is ready to get your car ready for winter. Make that appointment with their fine service departments and the one that's closest to you. They got great deals on tires. Get your tune-ups. Get ready. We know what last year's winter was like. Rich and I were talking about when the winter hit so bad, and then you're like, oh, God, I better get my car in for service. It'll be 3 weeks.
Everybody's lined up out the door.
So do it now because you know it's coming.
It is.
And you'll get it done in a day as opposed to having to get it scheduled. And if your car's not going to make it through the winter, they got great lease deals right now and fantastic pre-owned certified used vehicles. So that's sarahford.com, or excuse me, sarahgaylor.com or sarahkalkaska.com. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Now, James, real quick, I just want to mention that Mount Pleasant, they're undefeated, but, they've had some kind of surprisingly close games at times. Like last week, they only beat Midland 10-0. I mean, great defense, but
Midland's pretty good, though.
Yeah,
Bay City Western was only an 11-point game for them.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about did you have them winning by 17, James?
No, but it is a little bit. You would think.
Well, that was a little bit surprising. I mean, I thought that game would be a little bit more lopsided. I think Bay City Western was actually up at halftime in that game before Mount Pleasant came back in the second half to win that one.
Talked to Coach McIntyre last week on the show. Had him on for the first time, head coach at Mount Pleasant.
Okay, good.
He's the president of the Coaches Association.
Right.
So, so he's good. He's a good guy to have on. He likes to talk. So he's a good.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No, you were busy.
Yeah.
A little bit of up north, like the UP up north interest. 6-2 Kingsford at 5-3 Marquette. James, I know you probably didn't do a bunch of work on that one, but that's a good UP matchup.
No, that is a good UP matchup. Marquette's one of those teams that's looking to get in. I think they're pretty solidly in, but you never know.
Yeah. Is this
in the Division III?
Is this the I-Lakes Gaylord St. Mary game?
It is. Yes, I got them on my list, and 8-player football.
Is that game tonight?
It is. Kevin O'Connell's.
Why can't they play on Saturday?
Thorn in his side. Inland Lakes takes on once beaten Gaylord St. Mary's.
Yeah. Gaylord St. Mary's got a really good, really potent offense this season, and have just been kind of blowing the doors off a lot of teams, with the exception of that one game.
Breckenridge, which we don't even know who the hell they were. I didn't know Colorado was playing 8-man football here.
Good ski resorts.
Yeah. So. And to be quite frankly, he's a friend of the show. James is not happy with that loss to Breckenridge at all.
I would imagine.
In the text message I got back I could feel the anger from Kevin.
So they're gonna, and this game is at St. Mary's, I believe. Isn't it?
Is. Yes, it is.
So. It's at St. Mary. What in the Lakes has done this season though has just been incredibly impressive.
Yeah. They have turned into an 8-man powerhouse. I-Lakes have.
Oh, they're smoking people.
They lose one game a year, and it's in the semifinals or the quarterfinals of the in the tournament.
They were in the semifinals last year. They were ahead in that game in the semifinals last year too.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty heartbreaking loss for them. And then this year, I mean, the 8-player football. They played 8 games. They have 7 shutouts.
Yeah.
That is just mind-boggling.
They've given up points in one game. To 14 points to Hillman, and that's it the whole year.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Hillman's a playoff team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 50-0.
Go Snowbirds! I'm sorry, that's where my son went, and I will not unapologetically.
I'm a fan of Gaylord St. Mary's too. Yeah, their last 2 games, they've won 66-0 and 68-0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and in those wins too. In there, so you look at Central Lake. Central Lake's a team that's going to make the playoffs by the looks of it.
Beat them 50 to
And
nothing.
They beat them 50 to nothing.
I mean, it's just
Running
crazy.
clock. I mean,
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah, do they do that in 8-man? I've never, I still have not been.
They have to.
They have to have a running
Yeah,
clock
there's
there.
a running clock. in
So
8
they're
too.
still scoring that many points after a 35-point
That's
spread.
like a fielding
That's
Yost
wild.
team.
Oh, it is.
That's a point a minute football.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I have to be at the Patriot game.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset. I wonder if I can
We
get
have to get a source there from St.
source.
Mary's to
Well, I
send
know Bob
updates.
DeLong.
Well, get some updates.
I will. I've got
Okay.
I've got his cell phone. In fact, I'll text him.
Yeah.
And have him text me.
Give me
updates.
quarter updates.
Yeah. There you go.
Would be nice.
They do. They do have their games to get streamed online.
Yeah.
St. Mary this
St.
year.
Mary. Oh,
Those,
do they?
those guys, those
Right.
kids that started.
Oh, yes, yeah.
They started their own business now. They do.
Yeah, the next level broadcasting.
Yeah, they're doing St. Francis games.
I saw them, met them at the St. Francis
Yeah,
game.
I think they're doing like 6 or 7 teams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
They go
do
to the
Gaylord St.
best
Mary,
game
They
and-
do Traverse City, St. Francis. I
Nice.
think that Elk Rapids, East Jordan, Charlevoix.
Yeah, nice guys.
They do a bunch of teams.
Yeah,
in
those
there.
kids were in classes with my son Joe. Yeah.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah. Very nice boys.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Yeah, they put some money into it.
Yeah.
That's I mean, they got people with the cameras are. I mean, they've really. Yeah, they're going for it. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So, well, cool. James, anything? Shepherd at Grayling tonight. Shepherd at 5-3. Looks like they're going to make it into the playoffs. Of course, Grayling battling for pride here. So looking to try to get.
That's down
the
at
third-
Shepherd.
It's at Grayling. I've got.
Is it real?
Yes.
I thought it was at Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you got that one. McBain at Fowler is a good matchup too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The team that's in the playoffs. Fowler is always a perennial playoff team.
Right.
So that's a good matchup to have in
Who's
week 9
Beale City
for-
got? They
for
got
McBain.
anybody?
Who?
Are Beale City on the march for a second state championship?
I'm gonna check here in just a second. Yeah. Again, I
Yeah,
left.
I'm not sure who they have, but another one that's coming up is Glen Lake against Mansalona. That's in Mansalona, and that's for the conference championship in the Northern Michigan Football League. Is that the Legacy Division, I think,
Right.
or the Leaders Division, I think.
Go Ironman.
And so that's for the conference championship in there because both of them are 4-0 in the league. And that's another one of those games where it looks like it almost doesn't matter what happens in this game. They're going to play each other next week in the playoffs. But this one's for a conference championship, so
Yeah, that's nutty
that
though.
game is for something. And this happened last year with them too. That Glen Lake and Mansalona played in week 9 and then turned around and played each other in the playoffs
Yeah.
a week later. So it can
What about-
2 years in a row with them.
Does Kalkaska have a shot of getting in?
Doesn't look like
Yeah,
it.
that Gaylord or the Grayling loss was just a
That
killer.
that hurt him bad. Yeah. Beale City travels down to Ithaca.
Oh, there you
What a
go.
great matchup.
Yeah, that's a
6-2 Ithaca, 8-0 Beale City. That's a great
Yeah,
one.
you can just pull off the road at 127 and watch
yeah,
the game
watch
from your car.
right there. Exactly. Turn your hazards on. Beautiful view right there of the game. The Yellow Jackets from Ithaca.
All
Yeah,
right.
Kalkaska ends at Boyne City. They
At
go to
Boyne, yeah.
Yeah.
Their last 4 games were
Yeah,
just
they was
brutal.
loaded at the bottom half of the schedule, but
Yeah.
like I said, as soon as they lost that game to Grayling, that was
Yeah.
really bad news.
Yeah,
So,
that was one that they really, really needed.
Yeah, they
I
had
think
to
to
have
have
that
a shot to get in.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
James,
we'll see you tonight.
We'll see you in the booth at the cozy confines of Thurlby Field.
Sounds good. We still also have 2 teams left in the soccer playoffs. Manistee plays tonight at 8 o'clock in Clare against Fremont, which is the team that knocked off Elk Rapids on Tuesday. And then Leland won last night. So they're playing in the state semifinals next Wednesday down in East Kentwood, I believe.
Oh,
and
okay.
Traverse City St. Francis lost last night in a 2-0 game against Cedar Springs in the Division II playoffs. They were up in Division II this year in soccer.
Wow.
They co-op with CC Christian, so they were like
okay.
a handful of kids over the threshold
good.
there. I think they were the second smallest team in Division II.
Okay.
All right, James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. Thanks for joining us here on the Sarah Ford in Gaylord and Sarah Kalkaska High School Sportscape show. We'll see you tonight, bud.
See you, James.
Sounds good. See you there.
All right. That's going to do it for the High School Sportscape show. Like I said, from our friends at SarahGaylord.com and SarahKalkaska.com. Rich will be back in here tomorrow to recap it all. If you want to see the Traverse City Central, Traverse City West game, go to Up North Sports Radio on Facebook. Rich and JJ's broadcast will be there with video. It's a fantastic experience. And 9 and 10 will be streaming it on their platform as well. So, big game, big crowd, lots at stake.
Yeah. Great event in Northern Michigan. Always just the absolute best atmosphere in Northern Michigan throughout the entire season.
Biggest crowd of the year, every year. And if you weren't listening earlier, we have a big watch party at Shorts in Bel Air for the Michigan State game tomorrow. We'll start at 5:30 there. I've got Brews for $1. I can give you a card, and your first frosty draft beer or cider from Shorts will only cost you $1. We're also registering to win Michigan basketball tickets and Shanty Creek ski passes and overnight stays. So come out and root on your Spartans or your Wolverines. We'll see you tomorrow here on Up North Sports Radio.
The player that Rogers will shirk and flinch a little bit from contact, and that he'll rush things a little bit, and that he can't stand right. He's just older and he feels the pain more. And so if you get to him early, the way that Brady's described it, it's not just the 2 or 3 sacks or the sack or whatever. It's the way that it can impact his timing and make him rush and not be as effective the rest of the game. So it's not just the pass rush that matters. I think getting after him early is going to be a really important part of the equation.
We spent a large part of the show so far talking about the NBA legal gambling ring and scandal, I should say. Obviously, a big name, or the biggest name you could argue, and that was Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, who was arrested by the FBI yesterday after participating in rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Billups also matches the description of a co-conspirator who revealed allegedly to a bettor that the Trailblazers are tanking a March 2023 game. Buy or sell, Bill. If these allegations are proven to be true, Chauncey Billups should be removed from the Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's a great question. I actually love these questions, not because I just think as an exercise it's interesting. Sell. I think Pete Rose belonged to the Hall of Fame. Now, when Pete Rose was doing his thing, or even Barry Bonds, I have made the case that maybe you don't let them in. So if you want to tell me Chauncey can't go, hang out there. But the thing is, he's already been inducted, so it's kind of, he already had his moment. He's a Hall. But the other thing about this that I find sort of interesting, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't think he should have been in the Hall of Fame. I think it was a stretch. But now that you're in, you're in. I don't need to rewrite history because I don't like the people who were a part of it. If it's what happened, it's what happened. He was a Hall of Fame player.
That's true. And if you get in for your basketball accomplishments, it's not like he got his stats and rings because he was cheating.
Buy or sell if these allegations are true, he should have a Pete Rose level ban where he can't even go to games.
Buy.
Yeah, I'll buy 2.
And you could still keep him in the Hall of Fame then, in your opinion? You can have both?
Yeah, yes.
You're banned from the game, but you're also... Okay.
Yep.
College football, Bill, we got some big matchups here, including one close to home for you.
Uh-oh.
Your Missouri Tigers on the road at number 10 Vanderbilt tomorrow. Vanderbilt coming in high, top 10 ranking for the first time since 1947. Now, these two teams are both 6-1. They have combined, though, to just beat one ranked team so far. Both have also lost Alabama. Buy or sell, Bill. You will call the winner of this game a national championship contender.
Sell. I will call them a college football playoff contender, a semifinal contender. I don't think they can be at the level of an Ohio State. Do I think Oregon can be at the level of Ohio State? I think maybe 2 out of 5 times, right? Do I think Alabama can be at the level of Ohio State? Potentially. It depends on the day. There are some teams that sort of at their best version or their higher version can be at that level. I don't think Missouri or Vanderbilt are. Buy or sell, if 5 or 10 years ago, someone had told you that you would read a sentence with a straight face that top 15 Missouri are going on the road to top 10 Vanderbilt, you would have believed them.
Sell.
That is an insane sentence that you said.
And it's almost 100 years since Vanderbilt's been a top 10 team. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Missouri's had some moments in the SEC, but not a lot of them. And most of them were early on in that old format where they would win their side of the SEC and then lose to Auburn 132 to 3.
Back in the days of the SEC East, SEC West, where that East bracket was not very good.
It was not. Yeah, it was
not very good.
Wow.
You are not kidding. Speaking of the SEC, how about this, Bill? They announced yesterday they have suspended referee Ken Williamson for the rest of the season after multiple critical calls were missed going back a few weeks ago in the Georgia-Auburn game. Now, there's a controversy about whether Jackson Arnold, Auburn's quarterback, crossed the goal line before fumbling the ball. That changed the momentum of the game. It was awarded to Georgia. And also, Kirby Smart was ruled to not have called timeout, despite the fact he was signaling for a timeout, mouthing the word timeout. Referee still gave the timeout back to him. A lot of controversy there. Buy or sell, Bill? More leagues should punish referees for missing calls.
Okay, so complicated. I'm going to sell. I'm going to explain why.
Sell.
I do think in this case it's justified. I think there should be consequences. A few things. One, I don't think a player should be suspended for throwing 4 interceptions. Human beings have off games, have off days. And two, it is very difficult to find the level of officiating that you want. And most of these leagues don't want to pay their officials. Like most leagues, it's a pet peeve of mine, want officiating that matches the level of play of the athletes around them without even remotely paying them the same level. And I'm not saying that a head official, that Mike Pereira back in the day, should have made $50 million a year. But since it's critically important, I do sometimes marvel at the fact that you get what you pay for. If you could make $2 million a year as a ref in the NFL, more people would go through the grind and the brutality of working their way up through college sports as a side gig, by the way, as a side hustle while they're doing another job to try to become an NFL ref. And so all of which is to say, beggars can't be choosers. And if you're not going to pay these guys a bunch of money, if you're going to cut corners and costs, you're going to get officials who are going to make mistakes. And I don't think that should be at the level that we're talking about here, but you can't suspend every guy as a bad day.
In the NFL, the Ravens have removed all the distractions from their locker room. They have Lamar Jackson back in practice and are favored by 6.5 points at home against the Bears this weekend. Now, Lamar has been limited at each of the last 2 practices, so it's not a guarantee that he does play. Buy or sell, Bill? The Bears will at least keep this game close, cover the spread, keep it within a touchdown.
I like how you got a little gambling in there, right? Like it's not like we're not going to pretend it doesn't exist. It's a good question because it's the Bears, right? That's where. See, every time you ask me a Bears question, what's the Ted Lasso thing? It's the hope that kills you. I'll buy the
buy
because I actually think they're going to win, which means they're going to lose by 3 touchdowns. Which means they're going to lose by 3 touchdowns.
Now, Ravens defense, no matter how healthy Lamar is, they stink. They stink.
They do. Another sentence is sort of unusual.
Very. Baltimore Ravens defense stinking. Don't say it too often. You're right about that. Let's finish here, Bill. The World Series starts tonight as the Blue Jays host the Dodgers. Both teams coming to the Fall Classic with top 7 payrolls in the league. How about LA? They have been rolling so far this postseason. They are 9-1 in the playoffs. Now, games 1 and 2 are in Toronto. The Dodgers will throw Blake Snell in game 1, who's been outstanding, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto will go tomorrow in game 2 for the Dodgers. Buy or sell? The Blue Jays will win at least 1 game this weekend.
It's hard. Baseball, right? It's just like 1 game. I will sell.
Sell.
Maybe probably could be. Doesn't it feel like this Dodgers, this blue machine's going to keep on rolling? I guess they're both blue, but you know what I mean. Dodgers blue.
It does feel like that. Actually, if I really quickly pull up an interesting stat that maybe could try to sway you.
And Shohei is back in the batters.